My name is Stanley Knott, and I'm a visual artist, writer, and poet, and a performance poet from Cork. Welcome to the Speakeasy sessions. I want to say thank you to the guys behind the Speakeasy sessions for keeping it going during lockdown and moving it online. It may not be as great as turning up to an event in Skibbereen, but it gives us as artists a chance to share our work, and it gives people out there a chance to listen in, which is wonderful in these strange and difficult times. I want to read two poems for you today. The first of those is a poem that I wrote about Ireland and the 1916 Rising. It was for the centenary of the 1916 Rising, and it was written on foot of an invitation from Cormac Lally to be involved in a project called the Poets of the Revolution, where they invited poets to write three poems about Ireland: one about Ireland in 1916, one about Ireland in 2016, and one about Ireland in 3016. I'm going to read the one that was written about Ireland in 1916 today. A little bit of background on it was that when I was asked to be involved in the project, initially I wasn't sure if I did want to do it. I was born in England, I was raised in England until I was about 12, and then came back to live here in Ireland with my parents, who were both Irish. That experience of growing up in two countries has left me with a kind of a split nationality thing. I'm almost as fond as English people as I am of Irish people, almost being the key word there. If England are playing football, I will shout for them, as long as they're not playing Ireland. In that case, I will shout for Ireland. And it left me with a couple of trains of thought. One is that I don't believe in war. I think it is a very, very traumatic thing that we should avoid at all costs. And it also left me always saying that I would never die for my country. So with those kind of trains of thoughts in mind, I was thinking, well, maybe I'm not the best person to be writing about the 1916 Rising. And then I started to think about how is it that I live in a free world, and obviously when you think like that, you start to realize that those people who went to war, whether it was the Irish Rise for Freedom or other countries' Rise for Freedom or the World War, either of the World Wars, World War One or World War Two, that we owe those people a huge debt of gratitude, because we live the lives we lead in the freedom that we have because of those people's sacrifices. And then I thought, okay, maybe there is a way in here for me. Maybe there is a way I can approach this and write something that reflects that thought process. Um, and then I started to think about, what must it be like for a human being to get out of bed on a given morning, knowing that they're going to go and fight, and they may not be coming home, that they are prepared to sacrifice their life for a cause, in this case, the freedom of their country. And I thought, okay, now we've definitely got something going on that I can work with. And then I started to think about, well, what else is going on in their mind? You don't get out of bed to go to fight in any situation thinking you might not come home with just excitement or adrenaline. There has to be fears and other considerations, your loved ones, your family, the people you may not see again. And then I thought, okay, this can definitely be done. So what I've done is I've written a piece that imagines what could possibly go through a man's mind when he woke on the morning of the Easter Sunday Rising in 1916, and what could be motivating him and what might be fearful for him. I wrote it using song titles of the Wolf Tones, the Dubliners, and Ronnie Drew's solo career. And God bless Ronnie Drew for having a solo career, because those song titles were critical to the finishing of this piece. So this piece is called Restless Farewell. Goodbye, my darling asleep. Goodbye, my little son. I'm off to Dublin in the green of Ireland, my Ireland. I know, my love, this is the day a lament for the lost, and the right of man will breeze from Clare to here. I know, my love, this is the day the Derriere and Dingle Bay hear the call of bold Fenian men, James Larkin, Padraig Pearse, and that the answer from sweet Tralee to Skibbereen, where the sun and a soldier's song is rising, will be wrapped the green flag around me, boys, and we shall overcome. So blow, ye winds, a dream of liberty. Blow, ye winds, a Celtic symphony, and over Ireland all let the people sing. Rebellion, freedom, go home, you British soldiers. You'll never beat the Irish. And blow, ye winds of Providence to protect. So at our journey's end, when the boys come rolling home, or the women of Ireland see a soldier return, not a bunch of red roses on holy ground, and bagpipe music at a gravestone marked here lies a soldier, and blow, ye winds of providence to protect. So at our journey's end, every soldier's son can hug the old man and know once more love's old sweet song. And blow ye wind of providence for the working man in Belfast and the boys of Fairhill, who, remembering the flight of the Earls, Robert Emmet, and the great hunger, will win freedom from the big, strong man. I know, my love, in Belfast and Botany Bay, Irish eyes are smiling. For this is the day the foggy dew in the valley of Knockanaw and the gay Galtee mountain sings a song for Ireland, my Ireland. I know, my love, this is the day that Waterford boys and Galway girls wearing the green of Ireland, my Ireland, march to freedom. Yes, my darling asleep. Yes, my little son. This is the day. So goodbye, Irene. Goodbye, lovely Johnny. I'm off to Dublin in the green of Ireland with James Connolly and Michael Collins to say farewell to an Ireland unfree. So that's the poem about Ireland. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do one more. I'm not sure how I am for time, but I'm just going to do one more and see how we go. So what I predominantly do when I'm writing poetry is I write poems using song titles. I pick a certain artist and I gather as many of their song titles together as I can, and then I pick and choose a number of them and see if I can find a narrative. Um, and almost invariably you can. Whether it's a good narrative or not is another matter. And I really enjoy that process. I have quite a lot of those done now, and I've developed artwork around them, and it's something that has been hugely helpful for me. A while back, I went through a relationship breakup, which was very difficult. It's been a very long-term relationship, and I think anybody who writes knows that when you're writing, you draw from whatever's going on around you, whether that's directly or indirectly. This poem was written in I think the pretty early days of that breakup scenario beginning. It was written using the song titles of Fleetwood Mac, and it is a breakup poem. Those of you who are fans of Fleetwood Mac will know that when they were recording Rumours in 1975, all five members of that band were going through a breakup. It's an incredible environment to record an album, and the album is saturated with the emotions and the difficulties attached to those relationship breakups. Mick Fleetwood, the drummer, was divorcing his wife, Christine McVie, and John McVie, who were the bass player and keyboard player in the band, were actually divorcing each other. And Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, who were kind of the two most visual members of the band, they had been in a relationship for about 10 years, and that was crumbling, and they were in the midst of breaking up. So, Stevie Nicks wrote Dreams in response to Lindsey Buckingham writing You Can Go Your Own Way. And other songs on the album scream of it. Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks' relationship was a very volatile relationship, and after the breakup remained very volatile for a very long time. I like to think this is the poem they wrote together to help heal that relationship, which is now many years on a relationship of great friendship. That, of course, is complete nonsense. Neither Stevie Nicks nor Lindsey Buckingham know I exist. But it's a nice little story to tell myself, and it warms my heart. So, don't take it away from me. This is called Last Night after Fleetwood Mac. Hypnotised by a landslide of twisted little lies, I'm running through the garden, where bare trees creep like a highwayman, fireflies frizzle like 24-carat gold, and closing my eyes opens the door to outrage. In the cold, black night, the tale of second-hand news I'm trying so hard to forget carousels over and over down an endless street at the back of my mind, where the eyes of the world looking for someone preaching the blues. Circle and dance, circle and dance, circle and dance, then crash into me and dial the number to a beautiful ghost whose wild heart, emerald eyes, and candle bright silver heels ask, do you know I need your love? Something inside me An exquisite thousand-day Italian summer I'll never forget sings for the inspiration and harmony this born enchanter has thrown down at my gate and garden. Something inside me, an edge of 17 tango in the night sings. Don't go. Please stay. I need your love. I can't live without you. But I need to know what's behind the landslide of twisted little lies. That my dream of big love by a wide Sargasso sea hasn't gone into the sun. That love that burns like the blue eyes of a beautiful child isn't drifting away on a storm of bells crying, come on home to me. Come on home to me. So closing my eyes, I open the door to outrage. Start free falling into my bleeding heart with a ghost of no spoken word, the nightmare nights in Estrol and a dissatisfied fire burning, crystal blue denim go insane and blow by blow twist and shout every day of these strange times reconsider me. You, you and I, how I feel about secret love in this merry-go-round of I need your love, I don't care, I need your love, I don't care, I need your love, I don't care until I'm so afraid. I have to laugh at the tragedy of my own soul. I have to laugh in encore when the ghosts, second-hand news, all the still of the night don't stop the revelation I need to live without you, coming home to stay. And as my heart beats like a hammer, my dream of big love by a wide Sargasso sea and the blue, blue eyes of a beautiful child wave goodbye on a storm of heavenly bells that cry, a fool no more, a fool no more. And then the ghosts are gone. And I'm running through the garden while bare trees talk to me about doing the best I can. Fireflies make freedom is not an impossible task announcements. And a nightbird sings my new soul dressing narrative. If you want to be happy when it comes to love, go your own way, baby. Go your own way. And that's it. That second poem, when I do it live I work with a band called the Lost Gecko. They have music to it, and they drift that music into actually singing Go Your Own Way, and it's really clever, but unfortunately I can't share that with you today. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank the Speakeasy for the opportunity. I want to wish the Speakeasy the very best of luck, and hopefully we'll see you all soon in Skibbereen at a Speakeasy session live, and we can mix and enjoy and talk as we have done in the past. Thank you again. Have a lovely, lovely day. Best of luck.